Hey, I know that we've had some crazy times going on with this housing market. The interest rates seem to have just doubled overnight. Right now, I got a quote yesterday for 7.125% with paying 2 points, which is a 2% fee based off of the loan amount. And it can kind of seem overwhelming. And it's going to cause some changes in the market. It's affecting buyers, which is going to affect sellers. So here's my take. My take is the interest rates are going up, but house price appreciation is still going up as well. If you're thinking about buying a home, don't let the interest rates scare you. Okay. In 2006, 2007, the interest rates were right where they were. I got a 6.5% interest rate in 2007 and thought I got a good deal. So to just kind of put that in perspective, interest rates were about 5.5% to 6% pre-COVID. We just got used to having a lower amount of interest due to the pandemic and the government trying to keep the economy wheels turning. So when we look at the house prices that we're going to be looking with our mortgage payments at this 7% interest rate, it's going to look scary. Now, our bills are probably going to go $200 or $300 more for our mortgage payments than what we might have expected. And you know what? It's tight, but it's okay. And here's what I mean. Let's just be conservative and say the average house in San Antonio will go up $12,000 in value each year. That's $1,000 a month in equity growth. If we have to spend $200 or $300 more a month, in the long run, we're still coming out ahead. Okay, and with real estate, it's an investment, and that long-term gain is okay. And when interest rates drop again, you can always refinance. And I know refinancing costs money, but let's just put that in perspective as well. Let's say it costs you $4,000 to refinance, and it saves you $200 a month. In 20 months, you've broken even. On month 21, you're now making money. So if you plan on living in your house more than 2 more years, it would make sense to refinance. If you plan on selling in 6 to 8 months, maybe not, right? Because you wouldn't get that money back. Now, here's what's going to impact the sellers. Buyers are still out there. It's just right now, people have sticker shock and they're going to step back. A lot of people aren't having the information I'm giving you about how to look at interest rates. So they're going to step back and get away from home buying for a little bit. What that's going to do is it's going to shrink the amount of buyers coming to houses. We may not have multiple offer scenarios. We need to keep pricing the houses right instead of shooting for the stars. Now, sellers are going to have to start taking a little bit more pride in their listings and fixing them up, maybe doing some fresh coat of paint, things like that to make the houses look attractive. Sellers may need to get used to going back to how it was before COVID and be okay with paying some closing costs. Another thing is maybe home warranties now become a thing where buyers are asking for home warranties. Maybe buyers go back to asking the seller to provide a title policy, which is pretty standard before COVID as well. So right now, the economy is going through a turbulent time. Traditionally, during recessions, interest rates drop during that time. So that's what I'm saying. It's okay to buy now at a higher interest rate because if the economy continues to go into a recession, those interest rates are going to drop and you can refinance. Another reason why I say that you should look at buying now if you're thinking is, if you're like, hey, Dave, I'm just going to wait for a year, wait for the interest rates to go down. Okay, maybe they do go down. Maybe they go down to 5%. Well, that house that you were thinking about buying is still going to continue to appreciate. So now that house that you were looking at buying has gone up $20,000, but you got a 5% interest rate. You might want to look at the numbers because those numbers may still work out to be the same even with a higher interest rate. But if you buy now, you lock in that home price. That's permanent. The interest rates are temporary because you can always refinance them. So the times are turbulent, but I would not get upset. I would not get scared. The economy is still good. We are going through a huge inflation, but there's still low unemployment. The economy is still turning. The housing market, it's a supply and demand issue. Right now, there are less homes than there are buyers. With these interest rates, that's shrinking some, but there's still more buyers out there than more homes. And as you know, with economics, supply and demand dictate price. If we have too much of a supply and not enough of a demand, the price goes down. If we have a lot of demand and not a lot of supply, the prices go up. And that's where we're at right now. So I would just, if you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about selling, I would just say keep your plans. Okay. You're going to come out in the end. If you keep your plans, you're going to come out in the end looking like a financial genius. Okay. And we can sit down and talk about more things personally and more perspective to what your situation is, and we can make that happen. So just let me know, and I'll be there to take care of you.